Hello everyone, we're in the park today, or tonight. The sun's basically down, so hopefully I can get this in one go and hopefully the lighting doesn't mess everything up. But yeah, I'm grateful to be in the park. It's really nice to be in nature while I'm making these videos. And also it just helps me, like, being around other people. Well, I'm secluded enough right now, but I can still see everyone passing by, and I don't feel super weird about it. But yeah, I think what I want to talk about is accepting things and what it actually means and how much peace it brings you. Because, I don't know, it's kind of inevitable for things to not go your way, for people to judge you, for people to do whatever to you, for things to go wrong in life. And there's no escaping that. There's no way to control that. And so how do we maintain happiness throughout all of this? And I think the key is just acceptance. You know, like accepting, I don't know, things the way that they are. Accept people for how they are, and yeah, never, sorry, I'm getting distracted a little bit. Never try to deny what simply is, whether that be your feelings or events. Sorry, I got distracted earlier because people were walking in front of me and they stopped right here because I'm in between these two trees, and there's just a beautiful view of the moon. It's like so huge right now, and it's I knew I just had to like seat myself here. But yeah, I'm also someone who has kind of had a tendency to like get frustrated with myself, especially with like self-development and growth and discipline and like becoming the best version of yourself. It's really easy to get caught in the trap of, you know, denying your feelings and denying yourself, because it's hard. It's really hard to break a habit. It's really hard to change when you know you want to change, when you know you have to change, you know? Because when we're so used to being a certain version of ourselves, it's almost like we prefer the comfort of staying stagnant rather than, I don't know, the difficulty of growth. But it's always worth it, the difficulty of growth. It's worth going through everything, going through the frustration, through the discipline. Sorry, these bugs are getting to me. I'm trying to not let them piss me off though, because that's not where I want to be mentally right now. But yeah, it's also psychologically, I think it takes like 21 repetitions or something like that for you to change a habit. So like you have to be in a certain situation 21 times and be conscious about it each time in order for it to get easier, in order for the habit to fully change. Oh my God. Sorry, that was a mosquito. But yeah, it's a very difficult thing when we want to strive to be better. Because I would have these like thoughts when I'm in like a class or something, and I would fall back into like, an insecure thought pattern, or I would get nervous and I'd be like, why am I feeling like this? Like, I shouldn't feel like this. I did so much work this summer. I did so much work on myself, and I know that I'm better than this. But the feeling still comes up because that's what my body remembers in that certain situation. And it took me a minute to realize that the key is accepting the feeling, you know, like accepting the fact that it's there, especially feelings. The thing with thoughts are more, oh, I can think this thought or I can not think this thought. But with feelings, it's like you have to accept it or else it's just going to keep coming up, you know. What you resist will always persist. But yeah, so the more you get frustrated at yourself, the more you say, oh, I shouldn't be like this. Oh, I'm so ashamed. Like, this isn't me, blah, blah, blah. Like, the more it's going to be to your detriment, the more it's going to fuck with you, the more it's going to mess with your head. And it wasn't until I was like, okay, I feel that I'm nervous, but it's just a feeling, and I know that this is just my body trying to keep me safe. It's just my body reacting to things. And I know that it's not based in truth, and I know it's not who I am. But despite that, I'm still harboring the feeling, and I can't get rid of it. So I acknowledge it, and I accept it. And in accepting it, you realize that you're a lot stronger than your feelings, you know? It's where that willpower comes in. It's where you realize that you are not the ego, you are not your mind, you are not your thoughts, or even your feelings. You are the observer of those things. It really puts you at peace to like truly know that it is temporary. And when I am in those situations where I want to be better and that I'm sometimes frustrated, I've reframed it to think about it like, wow, like this is another chance to grow. This is another chance to see the bad habits that or acknowledge the bad habits that I've accumulated, and still, despite that, persist and choose different thoughts and choose a better way of thinking things despite what I'm feeling. And that in itself is growth, is proof of growth. And you can feel yourself growing in those moments. And I've learned to be so grateful for it. And that has helped me so much. Is to be in those moments where I feel like I'm gonna die, or like I'm super nervous or feel insecure. It's when I catch myself in those moments. I'm like, this is here. And that's okay. I forgive myself. And still, I can do something, a small thing, to make sure it's a little bit easier next time. I'm not saying it's gonna be automatically easier. It never is, but after, sorry, I got distracted by a dog. But after the fact, then you can finally reap your rewards and, I don't know, live in what you've built for yourself, live in what you've created for yourself and chosen for yourself, you know? Yeah. You can choose to be different at any time. But it comes with the persistence, it comes with the devotion, you know? It's like you have to accept the cards you've been dealt, but it's what you do with those cards. It's how you go to, I don't know, oh my God. It's what you do with those cards. It's what you change or choose to change is what ultimately matters, you know? It really got dark. The sun is really down now, but I have a little street lamp, which is nice. People are walking their very cute dogs. I really enjoy seeing it. I filmed a video earlier today, actually, and I was getting very frustrated with myself. And I still had, you know, good talking points. I still don't know, it was still a productive video, and I think that people could have gotten things from it, but I don't know, there was something in me that was getting so frustrated, that was like, oh, why can't I say it like this, or why am I so foggy-headed, or why can't I don't know, just do it how I want to do it. And that really, I guess, messed me up a little. I feel like if I posted the video, it would be totally fine and no one would care, but it was how I felt about it that I knew that I had to make another video if I could. But yeah, it's been a long week. I was super tired today and yesterday. And so I made the video this morning, and I was so, my brain was everywhere. But thankfully I centered myself after. I went to this little community event and went to a nearby park, and they had a guided meditation for all of us to do. It was so beautiful and so needed. I can't remember the last time I've meditated with a group of people in nature. That might have been the first time, honestly. But it was so beautiful to be in that space with so many other people, and it really grounded me. I was so nervous to go because I went alone too. Because, I don't know, I feel like if I went with someone, I wouldn't talk to other people, and I wanted to talk to other people. I wanted to force myself, in which I did. And I'm so glad that I did, because I met some really wonderful people, and it was a fun time. And I also saw a friend earlier, a really close friend, and talking to him really centered me as well. And yeah, you really gotta find the things to center yourself and ground yourself. This goes back to the video I made last week, but New York. But yeah, you gotta come back to yourself, just for well-being, but also for acceptance, you know, in changing and being who you want to be. I don't know if that makes sense. Well, I hope you got something from this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you weren't too distracted by the surrounding noises as much as I was. I wasn't super distracted, but yeah. What a great night. I'm very grateful today. Yeah. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you. I think I'm gonna try and do these on Sundays. I think that's what's been the vibe. Yeah, I'll see you next Sunday. You're the best.